Thanks for joining us for this KRQE webcast. I'm Alex Goldsmith. An alleged car thief was taken to a hospital after a security guard shot him outside of a hotel. The shooting happened just before 6 this morning at a Holiday Inn Express near 12th and Indian School. Police say the guard spotted Orlando Cedillo trying to break into a car. When that security guard confronted Cedillo, police say he pulled out a weapon. The guard told police Cedillo then moved closer to him, and that's when he fired his weapon. Cedillo is listed in stable condition but faces numerous felony charges. Police say the guard isn't facing charges at this time. Albuquerque Zoo briefly went on lockdown this morning after an ape made an escape. The zoo says Tika, a 2-year-old siamang, got out of its enclosure. Visitors were asked to stay inside buildings for about an hour while keepers worked to get Tika back into her exhibit. Zoo officials tell News 13 a tree branch may have torn the mesh of the exhibit, creating a hole for Tika to escape from. The siamangs will be off exhibit until keepers can fix that mesh. Last year, another siamang escaped into a neighboring enclosure, killing a lemur. Albuquerque police are investigating a rollover crash on San Mateo, just north of Candelaria. Police say one person was taken to the hospital. Power lines in that area also knocked down. No word on what caused the crash or if anyone's facing charges. The woman accused of helping hide 2 prison escapees saw a judge today. Celeste Salcido is accused of letting both Lionel Claw and Joseph Cruz into a northeast Albuquerque apartment she shares with Cruz's sister. Cruz was caught near UNM, Claw at a neighboring apartment. Salcido is facing 4 counts tied to accusations she hid the 2 inmates while police frantically searched for them. Turns out Salcido could be in even more trouble because of her past.
You have 8 prior failures to appear in unrelated cases. You have 4 prior felony convictions, which would make all of these, your sentencing exposure in these cases to be significantly higher.
Salcido is one of 5 people arrested and charged with helping Cruz and Claw while they were on the run. The FBI is searching for a bank robber. It happened just before 1 this afternoon at the Bank of Albuquerque on Montgomery near San Mateo. Officials say the man seen in a picture was carrying a handgun when he demanded money from a teller. Suspect described as a heavy-set male around 6 feet tall. The FBI says he fled in a 4-door sedan with tinted windows. There is a $1,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. Albuquerque fire crews are trying to figure out what caused a family's northeast Albuquerque apartment to go up in flames. It happened just after 2:30 this morning on Manal near Chelwood Park. AFD says when crews arrived, there was smoke and flames coming out of the roof. The apartment was damaged, but crews were able to save the units nearby. Nobody was hurt. The cause of that fire is under investigation. A local dessert spot is starting to churn out custom donuts. It's part of a test concept being tried out by Rita's Italian Ice in Albuquerque first. Customers can create their own donut combinations using a variety of icings and toppings. The store celebrated by giving away free donuts this morning. Other Rita's locations in Idaho, Minnesota, and California expected to try out the idea at their stores too. Well, we are into spring now, Chris, and what are we expecting weather-wise?
Windy season is here, and we're going to feel those winds later on tonight, and especially as we head into the upcoming week. A weak cool front moved through last night, didn't bring any moisture. It did crank up the canyon winds, and we're going to have another cold front reinforce the chilly air, especially in the eastern half of the state as we head into your Sunday, as we head into tomorrow afternoon. And take a look at how much cooler it is in eastern New Mexico, anywhere from about 10 to 15 degrees cooler today compared to yesterday at this time. They're stuck in the lower 30s in Las Vegas, 40 in Raton. Here in the metro, cooler than yesterday. Instead of being in the lower 70s, we're at 63 degrees this afternoon, upper 60s in the southwest corner of the state. But tonight, another cool front's going to move in, and that will reinforce the chilly temperatures as we head into your Sunday afternoon, especially for eastern New Mexico. After that, an area of high pressure moves in, and that will warm our temperatures back up into the 70s by the beginning of the week. So for tonight, the canyon winds picking up after midnight, wind gusts around 40 to 45 miles per hour here in Albuquerque. Then for your Sunday, we'll see that sunshine, high temperatures, pretty seasonal for this time of the year, but still on the cool side, especially for the eastern half of the state. And then for your Monday, we'll start to have our temperatures warm up. A storm system is going to graze us to the north by Tuesday, and that will really crank up the winds for Tuesday and Wednesday and elevate our fire danger for the middle of the upcoming week. So here's a look at the wind forecast for tonight. This is after midnight. You can see that yellow here in the metro, indicating those wind gusts around 40 to 45 miles per hour with sustained winds from about 15 to 25 miles per hour. The winds will continue to be on the strong side until about 7, 8 o'clock on your Sunday morning. Once the sun comes up, the winds will be coming down, and it will stay on the breezy side in parts of New Mexico for tomorrow before the winds really start to kick up as we head into the day on Tuesday with that storm system grazing us to the north. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Durango, Pagosa Springs, and Cortez. High temperatures into the 50s and the 60s, although chilly to start with those lows falling back into the teens and the 20s. And then as we head into Monday and Tuesday, still on the warm side, some cooler air starts to work in by Wednesday and Thursday with that storm system that's really going to crank up the winds as it passes to the north by the middle of the week. Farmington, Gallup, and Grants, we're looking at the upper 60s to near 70 degrees, teens and 20s to start though in the morning. By Monday and Tuesday, we're in the middle 70s. The 70s don't stick around for long. By Wednesday, we're back into the middle to upper 50s. Over to the southwest, a lot of sunshine, high temperatures into the middle to upper 60s for tomorrow. Then take a look at Tuesday. We're talking about highs in the lower 80s by the middle of the week with strong gusty winds that will elevate the fire danger with those well above normal temperatures by Tuesday afternoon. You can see approaching 90 degrees here in Roswell on Tuesday. Tomorrow still on the cool side though, 50s and 60s, needing the light jacket for the second half of the weekend. By Monday, it's feeling like middle to late spring. Over to the northeast, the breezes pick up once again for tomorrow. Out of the southwest from 10 to 20, still on the chilly side here. Temperatures only into the middle to upper 50s. By Monday and Tuesday, that all changes. We're in the 70s, and then that cooler air works in behind that storm system Tuesday night into Wednesday, back into the 50s by Wednesday afternoon in Las Vegas. And over to North Mountains, we're looking at the 50s and the 60s. It will be breezy for tomorrow, and then warming up for Monday and Tuesday before we cool down once again by Wednesday and Thursday. So a little bit of a temperature roller coaster ride here over the next 7 days. And then into the East Mountains, breezy to windy tonight, 50s and 60s, into the 70s for your Monday with a lot of sunshine in Edgewood before the winds crank up on Tuesday. And in the metro, those canyon winds later on tonight, gusting up to 45 miles per hour, winds sustained around 20 to as much as 30 miles per hour after midnight. Spring, of course, begins later on tonight at 10:30. So our first full day of spring tomorrow. It's going to be on the cooler side, low 60s, but then the 70s for Monday.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. And thank you for watching this KRQE webcast. We'll see you tonight at 10.